good afternoon for students. Today we have me and Mr. Austin again to talk about, we are going to share a skill to you, okay, that's related to reading, right?
Reading, yes.
Reading, yes.
Yeah, and
Mr. Austin, actually I have a question before we really start. Yeah.
Okay.
Because recently I'm reading some journal article, and also newspaper, of course. But sometimes I find that it's too long, alright? So my problems that I encountered is that too long and I didn't read. So are there any skills that I can apply when I'm doing a reading?
Right, so reading for fun, you have all the time in the world to read. But when you're reading at school, too much work. All right, also on the exam.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of time on the exam to read so much information.
Yeah,
so the technique, there's two, and they're called skimming and scanning. All right, so skimming is what we're going to mainly talk about today, skim read. And what you want to do when you skim read is to find...
Are there any clues that I can find? Like,
yeah, you want to find the information about what you're reading quickly. And so the clues are to look for...
Maybe is there a video that we can play?
Well, before the video, you want to look through, when you get an article, you want to look at the title, you want to look at if there's pictures, subtitles. Yeah, so you've got a title and then you've got subtitles, and also if there are any pictures, because what you're trying to do is find out what the story is about without reading the whole thing, because you can use your brain and fill in the missing information, okay? So let's watch a short video and see.
Oh, okay, maybe we'll play the video first before we have another questions, maybe.
Yeah. So unfortunately the music is really boring, but that's okay. So again, skimming is looking for information so that you sort of know what the reading is about.
Yes.
Okay, and it helps you because maybe you want to read a book and you want to know a little bit about. You don't want to read the book, you want to know what it's about. So you read a little bit and you can skim for information, say, I don't think I want to read this book or article. I mean, it's really useful for newspapers.
Yeah,
you can read the title and you can read the and you say, this is about Donald Trump, I don't want to read that. Or this is about, cars, and I don't care about cars. So then you can just skip it and go to the next thing, right?
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
other than the headlines, maybe the titles, other than these sort of things, of course, as mentioned, that maybe pictures also helps, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, because by looking at the picture, just like Mr. Austin mentioned, if there is a face of Donald Trump, then I say I'm not interested in reading
about that.
Yeah, then I can just skip it and ignore
It's
it.
very helpful for movies, right? Movie reviews.
Yeah.
Especially, you can look at the movie and then, okay, is this a horror movie? You can tell by the picture. Right off the bat, you already know a lot of things just from the picture. Is it a scary movie? Is it an action movie? Is it going to be a comedy? But if the photo doesn't help you too much, then you read the title.
Mm-hmm.
The title, you can sometimes tell what it's about. Like
Yeah.
if the movie is called Psycho,
Mhm.
then you know, Psycho, that's going to be a scary movie. Or if it's called Halloween, okay, it's probably going to be a horror movie. I don't like horror movies, I don't want to watch that. Or maybe you really like horror movies, you go, this is for me, I want to read more.
So
All right.
no matter it's text or photo,
Yeah.
then they also help. That they can give you hints of what it is telling,
Exactly.
right, for the article or newspaper. So here,
Would you
Mr.
go back
Austin, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the list, title, subtitles, first and last paragraph, all right? First and last sentence of a paragraph. Usually the first sentence or the
Yeah.
last sentence of the first paragraph
Mhm.
will tell you what it's about. And as we said, photos, pictures, and also the table of content. You guys know do they know what table of contents is?
I don't think so, but maybe if they have a book.
Yeah, at the start of your textbook, it will have a table of contents and will tell you what each chapter is about. You can sometimes skip to the part you want.
Yes.
This is true of magazines. Magazines are really good for this because they might have 12 different stories. And you might read the table of contents first and say, number 7, this is something interesting. Maybe you like tennis. Number 7 is on tennis. But number 6 might be football, and you don't like football, so skip football and go to tennis.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
they can help you to in a faster way to find the materials that you want to read or you want to know.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So, Mr. Austin, I've prepared, this is a DSC real paper
Oh, no.
in 2015.
Look how hard it looks.
Yeah, actually this is a long passage, but as we know that when we are attending the DSC exam, we have only 1 hour and 30 minutes, right, for doing
Right.
the reading paper, so time is limited.
And you don't want to read it twice, right?
Yeah.
You probably have to read it once, but you don't want to read it 2 times or 3 times because you don't have time.
Yes, that's true.
Right.
So in this article, we can see that, of course, obviously there is no picture,
Yeah.
but it does provide you a title and also subtitles, so we can see, like this is a heading.
So you might not be able to see this. It says, will cars with no drivers catch on? So now you know, a car with no driver, this is the topic. Now I sort of already know what that means, right?
Yes,
The future will have no driving people in the car. So the taxi you will tell the taxi, you'll tell the robot,
Yeah,
go to Tsim Sa Choi, and then it will
Drive
say,
you
okay, and it drives you.
automatically.
No drivers, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to read everything. You already know what it's about just from the title.
Yes, exactly. And then other than title, we mentioned that there's subtitles and subheadings.
Okay, so
Alright.
this is good. It says the benefits of benefits means the good points.
Yeah,
And the other one says the problems. Okay, so that's the bad part of it.
Yeah.
Like-
So you know, maybe in this article, we are talking about car with no driver, and then we will talk about its advantage and also disadvantage. So at least you know when you are finding some positive things or positive points, you can simply go to these paragraphs.
That's right.
And then for the bad things, then simply go to these paragraphs. So help you to save time to find the materials or the points that you want.
That's right. So if the question says what are the negative points or the disadvantages of cars with no driver, you don't have to read the whole thing. You already know, oh, here it is. So you can go right to this part to answer the question. It saves you from reading all this other stuff, which doesn't help you, right?
Yeah.
You want the answer is going to be here, not anywhere else. So this is like a clue to help you find things quickly.
Yeah.
Of course, you still have to be able to read the title, okay? So your reading still has to be good.
Yeah, of course, to learn the vocabulary, like
Exactly.
right?
The better you're reading, the easier this is, okay?
Yeah. So other than the heading and also the subheadings, we have mentioned like the first paragraph or even the first sentence of each paragraph. Maybe they give you the idea of what this paragraph is about.
Right.
All right. So that's the thing, or that's the point. So Mr. Austin, also you mentioned when we have a newspaper, right?
That's right.
Newspaper. So of course we have headings, but also we have pictures here, right?
Yeah, so this is a very famous basketball player, Kobe Bryant. So right away, all you need is the picture. You already know, well, maybe not everybody, because if you're not a basketball fan, maybe you won't know, right? So some people, this will be very easy, and some people, oh, who's this guy? I don't know who he is. But if you're a basketball fan, you'll know Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
So,
and at least with the picture, you know, okay, this article, without reading any text
Right.
beforehand, at least I know, okay, this text or this
it's going to be
coverage.
about this guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
And also maybe other than who we are talking about, maybe we know what it is talking about as well.
Ah, that's right.
All
So
right,
the
we know-
second picture
Second
is a
picture.
plane crash. It's hard to see, okay, but
Yeah.
it's a plane crash. So you know, okay, Kobe Bryant plane crash, something bad has happened,
Yeah,
and you
that's
don't
the
even
thing.
need to know any English at all, right?
Yeah,
Zero.
and you already have the idea of what this coverage is talking.
Yes.
So this is the skill that we can apply when we are doing the reading. All right.
Exactly.
So here are some review or summary of how can we get the idea of the passage, right?
That's right. So it's the same thing. Skim reading. Look for diagrams in your book, titles and pictures. Okay.
All right. And then of course we have to read the selection carefully.
Yes.
Of course, when we are doing the reading, of course we have to read everything carefully if time is enough. But
Yeah,
if it
so
isn't enough.
when you're on an exam, you should always read the questions first. If you read the question first and you know how to skim, you can find where the answers will be.
Yes.
The problem with many students, and when I was a kid, I did this all the time, and I got bad marks because I did it. I read the article, then I would read the question, but then I'd forget what the article I just read was. Like I didn't remember everything in the article. So because of that, I then had to go back and read it again to find the answer. You don't want to do that. You want to know what all the questions are, and then find them quickly.
Yes,
okay?
otherwise it's quite time consuming for you to read from the very beginning to the end of the passage because you have no time or time is
Yes.
really limited.
And if you're a slow reader, when I was a student, I was a pretty slow reader, then it takes twice as long. And then you spend all the exam on part A, and you
Yeah.
don't get to part B where the big marks are.
Yeah, so the
So-
reminder is that don't do silly things.
Yes.
Right? And then of course, this is more about is the scanning for the highlight.
Yeah, so we're always looking for the who, what, well, I start here. Who, what, I go who, what, where, when, why, how. That's the order I say it in. So that's everything about the story. What's it about? If there's a who's it about, right? What happened? When did it happen? All right? And then you try to write the gist of a story in only 20 words. So if you read a whole big Kobe Bryant had a plane crash. So you'd say, okay, so you've got who? Kobe Bryant. He was in a plane crash.
Okay.
What happened? He died. What happened, or where did it happen? I don't know where it happened, but when and where, okay, and those questions, all right? And maybe how the pilot made a mistake or something.
That's true.
And you want to say it in 1 or 2 sentences, all right?
So that means you have to you just use simply 20 words to complete the main idea of the article. Then that's the thing. If you can do it, that means you know what was the whole passage is talking.
That's right.
Right.
And so are we on our last example now?
Yes.
So I'm going to show a video of a girl. I don't know how old she is. She's young, maybe 9 or 10 years old. And this is an American or a Canadian girl. And I want to show you this because you're going to see how much work that she has to put in to understand just this small paragraph. Oops, sorry.
Doesn't matter.
This small paragraph, which is only 5 lines long, okay? 5 lines, not much writing. I want to show you how she solves the problem, finding the who, what, where, when, why, how, and then she has to reword it into her own words, which we call paraphrasing, which you will learn later, all right? So let's watch this video and just see how much work she has to put in.
Today we're going to be teaching you about finding the gist. This is also part of close reading, so you might want to check out that video too. So when we find the gist, what a gist is it's a simple summary with only important details. So the steps are: 1, read the article. So the article I'm doing is right here. In June, a newspaper reported our story. A retired teacher read it and offered to teach English to me and my 2 older cousins to prepare us for school. All summer we sat outdoors and learned the alphabet, numbers, colors, and telling time. We love our very first American teacher. So now that we've read it, we find who, where, why, when, and how. So we'll find who it's about. In June, a newspaper reported our story. A retired teacher, so that's a person, read it and offered to teach English to me and my 2 older cousins. So that is also who, to prepare us for school. So, who is a teacher and we'll just say some kids. Because when you find the gist, you only need the important details, so we don't need to say me and my 2 cousins. So then, what happened? We need to find what happened. In June, a newspaper reported our story. A retired teacher read it and offered to teach English to me and my 2 older cousins to prepare us for school. So teaching English is what's happening. All summer we sat outdoors and learned the alphabet, numbers, colors, and telling time. That's kind of the same thing. Learning about different things. So what's happening is the kids learn English. So they learn English. Then we need to find where. It says, in June, a newspaper reported our story. A retired teacher read it and offered to teach English to me and my 2 older cousins to prepare us for school. All summer we sat outdoors and learned alphabet, numbers, colors, and telling time. So it says that they were outdoors. So they were outdoors. Then we need to find why. So in June, a newspaper reported our story. A retired teacher read it and offered to teach English to me and my 2 older cousins to prepare us for school. So it was to prepare the kids for school. To prepare for school. Then we need to find when. In June, a newspaper reported our story. A retired teacher read it and offered to teach English to me and my 2 older cousins to prepare us for school. All summer we sat outdoors and learned the alphabet, numbers, colors, and telling time. So during the summer. And so we already know that June is in the summer, so we can put in the summer. Then we need to find how, which is kind of like how it happened. In June, a newspaper reported our story. A retired teacher read it and offered to teach English to me and my 2 older cousins to prepare us for school. All summer we sat outdoors and learned the alphabet, numbers, and telling time. We loved our very first American teacher. So how it happened was a newspaper reported our story and a retired teacher read it. And that's what led them to being taught by that American teacher. So the newspaper put out an article. So then we did all that, and so we do step 3, put together the clues. So when you look at the whole thing, it's about who, a teacher and kids, what the kids learn English, where, outdoors, why, to prepare them for school, when, in the summer, how the newspaper put out an article. So then when we look at it, we don't have to say it in this exact order. We can say the newspaper put out an article that made a teacher want to teach the kids outdoors in the summer or something like that. But we also, when we put together the clues, we need to keep it short, so 1 to 3 sentences, and then it has to make sense. So that is how you make the gist.
All right, so the point is to show you that even for a student whose first language is English, that she has to do a lot of work, right, to find out how to read the article, understand it, and then also write in your own words later so that it makes sense to you. All right, so
that means just now Mr. Austin said you have to write in your own word. That is kind of a skill that we call paraphrasing, right?
yes.
But today we are not going to thoroughly teach you.
No, but it's something to think about. And also she did have to skim. Now, she did make some mistakes actually. If you notice, because she didn't skim read, She had to read it 5 or
Again
6
and
times.
again.
Right now, what she should have done was she should have had a different color. Blue for who, yellow,
For when,
right?
when.
And then highlight like blue for why and yellow for what. Then when you're reading it, you can sort of use different color pens to sort of find the who, what, where, when, why. Then you only have to read that one time, yeah? Instead of she read it 7 times.
Yeah, every time you turn over the page and then read the article again and again, then it's really time consuming.
It is,
Yeah.
right?
So we hope today students you learn the skill of skimming and also scanning, so you can find the ideas of the passage in a shorter time. Maybe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to hand the time over to
Yeah.
Miss Lung and
And also
Mr.
to
Lung.
learn.
And hopefully we didn't cover what they're covering too much. All right, bye-bye everybody. See you
Thank you,
tomorrow,
Mr.
I guess.
Austin, Mr. Chan. All right, now, I should be. Okay, now Mr. Austin, all right, and Mr. Chan already, okay, share and told you the ways to read. Okay, now I would like you to know, and actually today I would like to suggest some ways for you, especially during your examination or sometimes your reading exercise, because you may say, wow, I don't have enough time to read so many things. And basically, okay, during the examination and exercise, you have to answer the question. So what should we do? Now today, Mr. Chan and Mr. Austin told you one of the skills is skimming. Now, since you have so many things to read, so you can't always read everything, read all the things, especially during the examination, right? So today I give you a tips. Okay, tell you the ways. That is one of the skill, skimming. So what is skimming? Now, skimming you have to read fast to get a general idea, the main idea of a text or passages, okay? So you may ask what skimming looks like. What is skimming? Now, skimming, that is you have to use your eyes, okay, very quick to read the page or pages, run along the page or pages. So by reading so fast, then you can get the main idea. Besides, okay, reading fast, so you have to choose, you have to pick up what you have to read. You have to pick up. Then you may ask, it's long, how do I know? Now don't worry. Now I'm telling you the ways, the skills, how to handle those answer or questions during examination. I keep on mentioning question. So in choosing what to read, the question already told you. Okay? So read the question, then you know what you have to read. Now, what you have to read while skimming, firstly, keywords. No need to read all the things, everything during the examination. Okay? And now I would like to suggest only one thing is look at the keywords. Ignore the other, details. So let's try. Within maybe 20 minutes, 20 seconds, okay, you have to pick up the main idea. Now here, 4 lines. Here is, I don't want to read through all. Alice is a nice girl, da 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 da. So, what kind of girl is Alice? So, you'll find the rest of the passage tell you she always smiling, never has a mean word to say about anyone, and always helping others, okay? So these are supporting details, okay? But these are not so important. The main idea is about Alice, and Alice is nice. All right, Alice is nice. Let's go back. So Alice is a nice girl. So these are the rest of the supporting details, telling you, always smiling, okay, no mean word to say about anyone, and helping the others. Okay? So these are, details, extra things, telling you the key and the main idea. Alice is nice. All right? So Alice is nice is the main idea. So these three, the long sentences, okay, these are the extra information to supporting the details. Okay, these are the supporting details to support the main idea. All right, now, again, supporting detail. Very often our words, phrases, sentences, okay, that tell more about the main idea or the topic sentence. Okay, so those supporting details may be reasons, maybe examples, maybe facts, maybe stats, maybe other kinds of evidence. These are the truths, these are the things to support the main idea. All right? So, I'll give you an example. For example, reason. Now, let's look at here. Long paragraph. Okay? So, by using skimming, pick up the main idea. So, the main idea, Mr. Austin and Mr. Chen already told you, most often is the first sentence or the last sentence. So, look at the first part, the first sentence. There are three main reasons. Okay? Why Canada, one of the best countries in the world. So, reason, so the rest of them, these 7 lines are the supporting details only. Okay? So these supporting details are the reason to support. Okay, so these are supporting details. So most often, you will find the keywords first, second, finally. Okay? These words to support these main idea. Okay? The main idea are the 3 reasons. So the rest of them to give the 3 reasons. Besides reason is example. Now, you have studied this passage. Is it informal? Informal? No idea. All right. Anyway, now this is one of the passage about technology. Now look at this paragraph. These are the paragraph. The main idea here is technology helps solve our problems and cure disease. What about this? Okay, now, you just pick up the main idea. So these parts are the supporting detail to support this, to support, okay, technology helps solve our problems and cure disease. These are the example. Explanation. So most often, by giving you some clues, for example, such as like, now without, no need to read this, you still find the main idea. That means technology help us solve problems, okay, and cure disease. But these are more details, more information. Now besides example, oh, sorry. I'll give you another one. Okay, now here, another example. Look at here. Very fast. Oh, I went and found a mad scientist. Da 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 da. Okay, now I don't want to go down anymore, but we just want to find the main idea. So, what did the writer find? He found a mad scientist. Okay, so what about the rest of them? Now, these lines just are the supporting details to support mad, how crazy this scientist is. Okay, so giving you example, crazy hair, okay, da 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 da. So now very often, the rest part of it, that means those sentences after this main idea, very often they use relative pronoun who, which, where, and pronouns he, she, it, they. Okay, to give you who, claims. So, the last part is here. Now, what did the writer make? At an upcycling workshop, I made a bed out of an old t-shirt. Can you answer the question? Yes, you've already answered. What about the rest of them? Now, don't worry. The rest of them, okay, are the details. Okay. These are the details to support, okay, make these, okay, plus this bag by using the T-shirt. Basically, they are the T-shirt. By using the clues first, next, finally, this to show you the steps, only. Now, I've already read through so far is about the skimming, all right? Just the key point is only look at the main idea during the examination. Now, the rest of them are the detailed information. Provided that the question asks you the detailed information. If the question just asks you the main idea, like here, what did the writer make? Okay, it's easy for you because when you look at the first part of the paragraph, you've already found the answer. The rest of them are not so relevant, okay? So now, for me, this part, I've told you the key and the very important skill is skimming. Tonight, you have to go home, do exercise, reading exercise in the Google Classroom. All right? Now, the next time Mr. Leung will mention about another skimming skills to you. Do I need to quit?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Leung. Okay.
Quit? Or no need to quit.
Just go. Yes, it's not. Just want to quit. Okay. Okay, everybody. Okay, today, we talk about the skimming. Okay, now, the reading skill, skimming. Okay, now, just as Richard, Mr. Chen, and Ms. Long mentioned about this one. Okay, skimming. What do you think about skimming? I can say that skimming is just like what? Detective. What's mean by detective? Detective, look at this picture here. Do you remember this guy? He wants to find out the truth, just like a policeman. Okay, so you want to find out truth. Skimming is to go to read a passage and look for some clues. Okay, some clues. Okay, just we don't say that. Okay. He wants to find out some hints about a passage, or something. Okay, look for some clues. Okay, now give me you an example like this one. Who are they? Look at this picture. There are 8 persons here. They have different jobs. Okay, they have different jobs here. Okay, who are they? Can you tell me? Who are they? For example, this one, the first one, you can tell me very easy. Okay, you can tell me that, oh, he's a doctor. Why? Why do you say that he's a doctor? Why? Because you find something. He's wearing something. Okay, he's wearing something. For example, the uniform. Okay, the dress. Okay, look at this one. The second one, the girl. She's holding a needle. Okay, a needle. You can say, oh, he's a nurse. She's wearing a hat. Okay, that's a cross on the hat. Okay, and look at here. The third one. Okay, a coat or a shirt. Okay, you can tell, oh, this one, farmer, a sailor, a singer, camera. Okay, we can call it photographer or a printer. Why? Why can you tell me all these persons? Okay, who are they? You can tell me why. Because you find something, you find some clues, okay, on their body. Okay, maybe their dress, maybe their hair, maybe their shoes they use. Okay, camera, guitar, or the window, or the pen, or something. Okay, all these things. Okay, I give you another example. Who's he? Oh, look at this man. Okay, he's holding something. He's wearing a uniform or something. You can tell me, oh, he's a fireman. Why? Why do you say that he's a fireman? Because you find some clues. Okay. Oh, here you can see. You can find something here. Okay. For example, in the picture you can see, oh, some water. Okay. A hose. A uniform. Oh, it's quite different from the other jobs. And a helmet. Okay, a helmet here. Okay, so they are the clues. Okay, these are the clues. Okay, how about a passage? A passage. Okay, here. The clues in an article. You remember this article? This article, okay, you have learned it in Form 3. In Form 3, Unit 1. Unit 1. It's about K-drama. K-drama. Okay, you know what's mean by K-drama? K-drama is a Korean drama. Korean drama. Okay, here. You can join some activity and visit some thrilling locations. Some thrilling locations. Okay. Look at this article. The clues in this article, you can see that there are some words. They are bigger or different color. Okay, different color. For example, this one, and we call it a title. Okay, a title. The title tells us what the passage is about. What the passage is about. Okay. For example, it's about travel to somewhere, or it's about a restaurant. It's about a kind of food, Chinese food or Japanese food, or it's about visiting some markets. Okay, something like this. Okay, title. Okay, and also look at here. There are two pictures here. The pictures are also the clues. Okay, the pictures show us what the passage is about. Okay, for example, look here, a park. This looks like a park. This looks like someone in the sky. Okay, okay. All right, pictures, very simple. You know what pictures are. And the third one, under a picture, usually there is a short text. A short text. Okay, some words introduce. Some words introduce what the pictures is, or what the people in the picture is doing. Doing something. What the peoples are doing in the pictures, or what the things in the picture. What the person in the picture is, or maybe saying something. Okay. For example, I miss the food. Okay, I miss the food very much. Or the person say that in the show the finger in the picture and say that, oh, I like the food very much. Okay, so caption. We call this one is caption. Okay, caption in Chinese that means 字幕. Okay, they are all the clues in an article. Okay, of course, there are some others. Okay, titles, pictures, and caption. We have some other. For example, subtitles. Sometimes there are before a paragraph. There are a few words. There are a few words. Okay, and also diagrams. Diagrams. Okay, maybe some wharf or some other things. Okay, and sometimes the words in different colors, maybe in black, bold, that means black. Okay, or capital. Capital, that means capital letter. You know what's mean by capital letter? Okay, and then it's made larger or something. For example, K. K is a capital letter K. Okay, bigger one. Okay, they are all the hints. All the hints. Okay, you know. Okay, for example, this capital letter. This is a famous place or popular name of a place. Okay, or a country or a person. Okay, so these are the clues. Okay. Okay, what are your textbook? This one, textbook here. This is your textbook, anthology. Okay, anthology. Chapter 1. Okay, chapter 1. We have a passage. This is about origami. What's mean by origami? You don't know. Okay, the merger of origami, you don't know. But look at the title here, and then origami. Subtitle, you can see that paper. Okay. Graduate, okay, graduate. You don't know all this word, but you know the word paper. Okay, you know what's mean by paper. Okay, paper, this is a paper. Okay, so you know about, oh, this is about paper. And also, you can find some pictures, okay, beside or just around the passage. Okay, around the passage. So, you know that it's about paper, and also you can see that paper wall. Oh, okay, okay. Jerry, paper wall. Jerry, oh, look at the picture here. Animals. Okay, you can see that the paper. Oh, they fold into different animal shape. Different animal shape. Okay, tiger, dog, elephant, giraffe, everything, something like this. Okay, you can see that. Okay, or maybe you can guess the meaning of the words, and also you can guess what the passage is about. Okay, so origami, you can see that. Oh, it's about paper, and they use the paper to fold into different shape or animal shape, something like this. So, something like this. Then we have A. What is A? We have B here. What is B? And also we have C. What is C? Do you remember? We have some words, some clues. Okay. Go home today. This few days I will upload the homework here. Okay. Your homework is to choose a word below here. Okay, we have title, subtitle, picture, diagram, caption, bold, and capitals. You use all these words. Okay. Try to choose one word to put it down beside the letters A, B, C. Do you remember A, B, and C? What is A? If you think that, oh, A is a picture, okay, you just put down picture beside the letter A. Okay, very simple. And then, take photos. When you finish, you take photo and upload to your Google Classroom. That's very simple. Today, all we want you to know how to use a reading skill. It is skimming. Okay, how to find some clues in an article. Okay. Okay, and when you finish, you can read the passage. Okay, because next week, we will see you again. We look forward to seeing you again. Okay. So try to read the passage first at home. Okay, and then when you come back, we can have a happy classroom, happy lesson, I think. Okay. Go home and try to finish this part. Okay, that's all for today. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, see you. Bye bye.